Hello guys, this is Donald's Movies, and welcome to another World of Warcraft lore video. Today I'll be talking about Fel Magic. Fel Magic is the lifeblood of warlocks, demon hunters, and the Burning Legion, and is responsible for almost every major event that has happened in the past. So without further ado, let's get into the lore. Fel energy is a potent magical energy that functions on sacrifice. In previous videos I talked about the arcane, how it works and how it affects the user, but the arcane is nothing compared to Fel. Usually a warlock is a lot more powerful than a mage. Of course, that depends on the power levels of the caster, but in most cases this applies. However, the users of Fel Magic definitely pay a price. The thing about Fel is that it is extremely destructive and hard to control, and it always requires a sacrifice. The sacrifice itself scales on the amount of energy you need, so a simple spell might require a life of a critter or a fish, while something as big as opening a portal would take a lot more. Before the initial Horde invasion, Gul'dan channeled the life energy of many prisoners in order to create a passage between Draenor and Azeroth, so that was quite a big sacrifice. The exact origin of Fel Magic is uncertain, but it is considered that demons were the initial users and that Sargeras became the so-called god of Fel when he became corrupted and embraced it. Whether the magic itself is created or has always existed within the universe has been a debate for quite some time, but we do know that all of the demons carry a taint of Fel Magic within their blood. Demon blood itself has been a very strong source of Fel, and we have seen many uses of it so far. The most notable use is when the orcs drank the blood of Manroth, which made them more powerful, but on the other side corrupted them. We have also seen the use of demon blood in order to resurrect and create undead, so it can even be used for necromancy. Apart from just the blood itself, Fel can be manifested in a few different ways, such as Fel poison and even Fel fire, which is fire corrupted by Fel energy that can't be extinguished by any natural forces. The magic itself is usually green, but sometimes it can even be purple or even have a yellowish tint. The most notable practitioners of this magic are the warlocks. It is considered that the corrupted Eredar were the initial ones, however we have seen many different types of warlocks all around the universe, most of them working for the Burning Legion with a few exceptions. The playable warlocks use the powers of the Fel, although against the Burning Legion, so in a sense they're fighting fire with fire. Most of these warlocks used to be mages, which is a bad thing with the arcane as it makes the users want more, so many of them actually turn to Fel. Many of these warlocks have proved more than useful as their powers are great, but the price they have paid is even greater. All creatures who use the powers of Fel Magic slowly start to take on the appearance of demons, whether they like it or not. A good example of this are the Blood Elves who turn to warlock magics in a time of despair, and many of them suffer the consequences to this day, most notably with their green eyes. However, the green eyes are just the start of it, as in the end phase the powers could even take over the caster's mind and force him to betray all he fought for before and essentially just make him evil. On the other side we have the broken Draenei who didn't choose this lifestyle willingly, but they were affected as they fought the orc warlocks who used the powers of the Fel so freely. As a result they mutated into these lesser forms, only resembling the once proud Draenei. Some of the orcs also suffered a similar fate, such as the Frostwolves who didn't drink the blood willingly but were affected simply by the presence of the magic. Apart from just warlocks, we have also seen the demon hunters. Their practice is very similar to the warlocks, although they prefer melee combat and often even transform to demons themselves for a short period of time in the so-called metamorphosis. The actual power of the demon hunters depends on the demon powers they absorb, so the most powerful demon hunter, Kil'jaeden, was almost a complete demon before he was defeated as he absorbed the skull of Gul'dan. there is a lot more to this, and I do have a video on the warlocks and the demon hunters, so if any of you are interested into more in-depth explanations, you can check that out on the channel. Alright, that is all I have for this quick video. Now, do leave your suggestions for future lore videos, and also don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps with the channel and keeps all the videos going. And thanks a lot for taking the time out of the day to watch this video, and see you next time.